How's it going, everybody? We're going to get started in a little bit. As always, if you guys have any questions or need any modifications, feel free to say so in the chat. Be happy to modify anything. All right, let's get started. All right, so we're going to start out with just stretching. So we're going to start stretching our hamstrings. We're going to tuck one leg, not round in the back, making sure our chest is upright. We're going to lean forward, reach out as far as we can. It's not a competition. Try not to hurt yourself. You're just getting a nice, good stretch. And we're going to hold this for about 30 seconds. Making sure you're not round in the back. Pushing from the hips. And we're going to switch sides. Same thing. So you don't want to round like this. You want to make sure our chest is upright. We're leaning forward, stretching as far as we can, comfortably. All right, and next we're going to do a butterfly stretch. We're going to take our heels, we're going to tuck them in as close as we can. And then from here, once again, keeping a nice upright chest, we're going to push our knees down to the floor. We're going to hold that neck stretch. Hello, Via. Thank you for joining us. Again, hi. Try to get those knees down to the floor. Via, sit, sit. Good girl. Sure she'll join me throughout the workout, whether I want her to or not. All right, and next, we're gonna lean on the backs here. We're gonna tuck one leg over the other. We're gonna take the leg that's planted and we're gonna bring it up. You're gonna feel a stretch in the glutes. And switch sides. All right, next stretch, we're gonna stretch our quads. If you need to, you can hold place in the wall. We're gonna grab our ankle and we're gonna pull back. We're gonna hold this for 15 seconds. And switch sides. All right, last stretch. We're gonna take our arm, we're gonna cross it across our body, we're gonna grab the elbow of the opposite side, and we're gonna pull across. And switch. So today's gonna be fairly moderate to easy. Only doing 2 sets per exercise. We're going to start off small and build. The schedule going forward is going to have different activity levels or difficulty levels so that you can kind of gauge your participation based on that. Today's going to be pretty simple, but also challenging if you make it. All right, so let's get started. So we're going to start with bird dogs. So bird dogs, what we're trying to do is we're going to extend one arm and our opposite leg. We're fighting the rotation of our body. So keeping a nice tight core, you're going to always hear me say belly button to your spine. That's going to make sure that you're staying nice and firm. So from here, we're going to get all fours. You're going to extend one arm out and one leg out, and we're going to alternate sides. We're going to do 15 of these, making sure that we're not arching our back to get that arm and leg up. We want to keep a nice neutral spine. Keeping a nice tight core the entire time, squeezing the belly button to your spine. And rest. All right, we're going to rest for 30 seconds. Start again. Grab some water, catch your breath. So when you're doing these, what I mean by don't arch your back is when you reach out, there's a lot of times that people will compensate by arching their back like this. You want to make sure that you're keeping that nice and neutral spine. So as you reach out, staying nice and firm, not letting it back. Do this. All right, we're going to start in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and again, 15 reps. Five more. Definitely looks easy. Not that easy. All right, next we're going to start doing low planks. So low planks, we're going to be on our forearms. We're always making sure the connect check points, the shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, are all going to be one straight line. Try and make sure once again that our back is not arching. We're keeping a nice neutral spine. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds for 2 sets. All right, let's get started. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and low planks. If you need to take a break, that's fine. Pick yourself right back up. Try and fight through the 30 seconds. Always make sure that you keep breathing. And rest. First 30 seconds down. Once again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat. I'll be happy to answer. It can be about anything. Try and do it as I'm out of breath in between sets. It's up to you. All right, let's get started for our second set. Another 30 seconds, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and begin. If you feel your back starting to sag, it's way better to take a break, take a couple seconds, a couple deep breaths, get right back into a good position, making sure you're squeezing that belly button to your spine, keeping a nice tight core throughout the entire 30 seconds, as much as you can. And rest. Great job. Next, we're going to be moving to our high plank. So same thing as the low plank, making sure the kinetic checkpoints, the shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles are on one straight line. This time, we're going to be up on our hands. So as far as positioning, you're going to make sure that your shoulders are directly over your hands. So if you feel like your hands are a little bit too far in front of you, it's going to put a little bit of stress on the shoulder. Make sure that you inch yourself forward until your shoulders are directly over the hands. All right, let's get started. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and high plank. So definitely an easier day, but we'll definitely keep the pace up so we make sure you guys get a good sweat. If anything's too difficult, please ask for a modification. I'll be happy to give you one. And rest. First 30 seconds done. Lazy. All right. Same thing again. 30 seconds. We're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and high plank. Making sure those shoulders are shoulder width apart, hands are shoulder width apart, shoulders directly over the hands. Nice tight core, belly button to the spine. And rest. Good job. All right. Next, we're going to move to our glute bridges. So I'm going to do 2 kinds of glute bridges. The first set is going to be a regular glute bridge, and then the second set, I'm going to do a single leg glute bridge. You're more than welcome to do either or each time. I'll demonstrate both. So for a glute bridge, exactly as the name entails, we're working on our glutes. We're going to be tucking our feet as close to us as possible. Shoulders are on the ground, arms at our sides. We're going to be driving off our heels, squeezing the glute and bringing the hips up, making sure that you're not trying to overextend here at the hips. You're coming just a parallel, squeezing the glutes, and then back down. That's a normal glute bridge. Now, the other glute bridge is a single leg glute bridge. That's going to be with the leg out, so your leg is acting as the weight. You're driving off the heel that's planted, and same thing, coming up to about parallel. So we're going to start with the regular glute bridge. So we're going to do 15, starting now. $14 and $15. All right. For our next set, we're going to do 10 on each side, having one leg be the go counterweight, 10 reps on one side, 10 reps on the other. If you'd like to do 15 or 20 reps doing just your regular glute bridges, that's totally fine. Do whatever you feel comfortable with. And you just lay there, looking all comfortable. All right, let's get started. So, if you're doing a single leg glute bridge, one leg is tucked, one leg out. We're gonna be driving off the heel, bring the hips up. We're doing 10 on each side. So we'll start with this leg, doing 10. All right, switching legs. So we're gonna go ahead and tuck the other leg down. You'll notice that I'm not raising my leg up like this as I'm coming up. Make sure you're keeping that leg nice and low. All right, fantastic. That's glute bridges. All right, next we're gonna do push-ups, everyone's favorite. So there's a couple kind of push-ups that we can do. Obviously, if you can't do a regular push-up, and by regular I just mean up off the feet or off the knees, coming down to the floor. If you can't do that, it's totally fine to do it from the knees. The best way to do this is to make sure that you're aiming your chest between the hands. So it doesn't matter where your hands are. The further your hands are away from you, the harder it will be. So this is going to be easier. This is easiest. As long as you're aiming the chest between the hands and you're squeezing the chest as you're coming up, you're getting the benefit of this workout. So I'm going to be doing just regular push-ups. If you have a pair of handles, it definitely does help. If you don't, it's totally fine. You can just do normal push-ups. And we're going to go for 10 push-ups. All right, and rest. Whew, I'm breaking a sweat. All right, for our next set, I'm gonna try and do 15. If you wanna try and do 15 as well, that's great. If you guys can't even do the push-ups on the floor, even off the knees, another option is to also do it from the wall. So do it from the wall, same thing, just making sure you're aiming the chest between the hands and you're squeezing the chest, making sure that you're always trying to squeeze together as you're coming up. All right, let's do our next set. We're gonna be doing 15. All right, and 15. So for the next one, I'm not going to go ahead and do this one today. I do want to just show it though, because a lot of people who do a lot of bodyweight workouts are always wondering, what can you do for shoulders? There's not a lot that you can do unless you have a barbell and can do presses that are over the head. So I'm going to show you a kind of push-up called a pike push-up. So the pike push-up is, if you know what a pike is when you're bringing your feet towards you like this. So just like the name implies, our hips are nice and high. So that way that the angle that we're taking is going to be so that you're doing almost a press off the floor. So that's a pike push-up. Feel free to try that out on your own. All right. Squats, everyone's favorite. Everything's everyone's favorite. So I'm going to do these with a band. If you don't have a band, that's fine. The instructions are going to remain the same. I just like to add a little bit of resistance. So when we're doing our squat, we want to make sure that if this is shoulder width, I'm taking a slight stance outside of shoulder width. I'm pointing my feet out a little bit. And I'm not afraid of letting my chest fall. As long as my hips are traveling back, I'm trying to maintain a nice straight line down the back, getting at least below parallel. So if you have a band, you can add it. If not, that's okay. We're going to do 15. And 15. Excellent. So when you're doing the squats, what we look for, or what trainers look for, is as you're coming up from the bottom position, some people have a compensation where the knees come in. It's called knee valgus. You always want to make sure your knee is staying out over the second to third toe. If you have bands, you can also do another movement. You can add it in there to make it even better. You can do a squat with a press. That's another movement. I'm not going to do that today. All right, next set, doing 15 reps. And 15. Excellent. All right, we're almost there. We're on our last exercise of the day. All right, so our last exercise is going to be a step back lunge. Maybe the cat's going to join us. Thank you, Lucy. So for a step back lunge, as that implies, you're going to step back into a lunge position. Your front leg is doing the work. This back leg is just guiding. So it's about balance, stability, dropping off that front leg. If you have a band, I'm going to do a band pull apart. So to do that, you'll be stepping back and pulling the band apart. And that's going to activate the rear delts as well. So we're going to do 10 of these on each side. So 1, going to 10. You don't have to touch your knee to the floor. In reality, we want to make sure that it's a nice, slow and controlled descent. So that front leg is decelerating you to the floor. Hi, Vita. How are you doing? And 10. All right, we got one more set of those. More Vita. Vita worked out this morning. That's her excuse for not working out now. There is no excuse. There is no excuse. Blam, blam. All right, last set. Going for 10 each side. I'll do it from this angle now. and 10. Woo! Great job. So this is your first time joining us. Thank you for joining. Feel free to subscribe, join us for more workouts. I'll be putting up a schedule later this weekend. The idea is to have different classes. We'll try and do a stretching class, some harder classes, some easier classes. If there's anything in particular that you wish for us to do, by all means, let us know. Otherwise, you guys have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay inside, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.